Alright, welcome to this episode of Let's Play WoW. I'm Bill Snodgrass, and we're just gonna do some Korthia Dailies. We are on Team Qadosh today. We're on the Alliance team. I call my Team 1, and then I have my Horde team is my A team. First thing we're gonna do, I have a spreadsheet. I know it's kind of pathetic. I just reset weeklies yesterday. I'm gonna reset the dailies, and I've written some scripts. So it takes the callings and moves them over. Eliz and Qadosh have done those callings. These guys all did Bastion. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know what. Let's see. I can find out. Let's go over here. The new calling is going to be rare resources. That's easy. Rare resources. All right, we're all set. Nobody has those, and we just put X's in the box. We get them done. Put that back over there. Let's get going. We gotta pick up the quests. I have the hotkeys set up. I got my follows, except Eliz was following Qadosh earlier, so now I'm gonna reset that. Eliz follows Ayla. Ayla follows Zerja. Zerja follows Qadosh, and Qadosh follows Eliz. So no matter which screen I start running on, everybody goes. We gotta get some dailies. Get the quests. Ah, who's that? That's not me.
Your desire is my
Sealed
command.
secrets.
May all your transactions be profitable.
Share that. Probably not gonna equip any of that gear. Alright, keep going. Qadosh has some extra dailies because he's further along in the campaign, which kind of drags out the dailies on the Alliance side. I really pretty much enjoyed Shadowlands. I'll talk a little bit about things as I go along, as they come to mind.
What adventure do you need me for?
Alright, let's get going here. We picked up the quests. Let's get going. We're gonna come down here and this. This team is much easier to play than the. What is that guy? This team is much easier to play than the Horde team because item levels are pretty decent. What's up here? I forget. 206, 205, and Eliz is 207. Everybody's going to have really good gear within a few weeks, and unless you're out doing the raids and the mythics. There is no one here. I feel like the Maelsworn problem is a bit overstated. I also have a lot of latency here. That could explain some of it. I don't feel like that is an accurate latency reading. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, is that guy Horde? No. Cindy. Make sure Cindy gets a tag before I kill it. I guess we can go inside the cave. 2 emblems. I gotta find a lot more emblems. So after I loot, I have this little hotkey that is Shift F, and I have a macro that says to follow which account. So I have the same macros for all of the groups. I have 4 follow macros, 1 for each of the accounts. And so depending on how I've got my screen laid out, I put the whoever's supposed to be following. I always follow so that everybody is always following. Boxing 4 tunes. I've been doing this for a while. Got some of this. Everyone in this team has a mining skill, so that adds out. Oh, that was a waste of spell. Hunter and not Hunter. Skinner and miner, blacksmith miner, jewel crafting miner, enchanting, and I picked mining up just because for a long time I've played Liz and Qadosh together, and since he's a blacksmith, having 2 miners. Whenever they did the thing where they said multiple people could mine the same node, that's when I switched Liz to mining, because there's no one to kill. This guy. There's a couple guys back here. I switch from screen to screen a whole lot more on the Horde tunes. Like whoever's on cooldown gets the pull. I'll go with Zerja for a minute. I played Zerja with Demonology forever, but I used the Bill Scourge Bombers forever, until I got my Legendary. And the Legendary is oriented around the implosion and the imps and all of that stuff. And so I did some simming on Raider.io, and it simmed up that Dreadlash would provide a much higher overall DPS. Now, the Bill Scourge Bombers is really great for like, what's Qadosh Shanila's doing? Just stand there looking at a rock. So I must have missed one of my slash Fs while I was talking. So anyway, I changed up her spec. Starting off with Hand of Gul'dan. Let's go get that guy. My sister, who also plays World of Warcraft, my brother-in-law, my nephew, they all play. I don't know, my brother-in-law or my sister, I'm not sure which one. And the question came up was if you had to start over, and if you started over, what class would you play? And I didn't hesitate, not 1 second. Beastmaster Hunter. Oh, this is going to be fun. Beastmaster Hunter would be my go-to. Doesn't waste the spell. Down here, by the way, on this screen. I was running some mythics on Eliz back in 9.1. And we're doing Sanguine Depths, and I was in a group with. I was way over geared compared compared to the group. I was like at the time like 202 or 201 or something. There's something here you can't get up. That is deceptively steep right there. And most people in the group, it was like a mythic 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know. I think I was trying to get the legendary memory or something. I think that's what I was doing. And I was doing a lot of off healing, lots and lots of off healing. And I wasn't doing great DPS. That's not particularly good, but I was doing like 2,000. I was doing, and when I finished the dungeon, I got a piece of gear and I didn't need it. I said, "Hey, Warlock or whatever, do you want this? Whatever it was, let's say it was gloves. You want these gloves, whatever?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll take them." And then they took them, and after the trade, they go, "By the way, you need to check your rotation because, you know, there's no way I should be doing more DPS than you." And I was like, if I didn't have to heal you so much, maybe I would have done better DPS. I just fear it. I have a macro. It makes me laugh. She says something snarky. She's coming back. I'm going to get rid of this guy. The Warlock fear is amazing. He's just going to just go and go. And we will long have forgotten. He will long have forgotten this by the time that fear runs off. If Eliz was mounted, that would be true. Eliz is lost. He's coming back. That's okay. You know why? Because there's no cooldown on that.
Too far away.
I just keep fearing him until we get where we're going. I remember ages ago doing the Altoolic Valley battlegrounds, and we'd have to fight those warlocks, and I would just be basically running around the valley indefinitely. Hey, there's a chest. Qadosh got stuck on a tree branch. Apparently I need to update Deadly Boss mods. Where's Qadosh? Alright, everybody's following. Let's just get up here and find that chest. I wonder what's in it. Lots of stuff. I found this armament thing. I found one of these on my Horde tune. I didn't even know I had these. Those are pretty cool. I wonder if anyone else has them. The gear situation is just vexing. It's like, what am I supposed to keep and what am I going to get rid of? And why did I come over here? What was I here for? I think we are finding those little glowy plants, like up there somewhere. I'm out of the circle. You're all gonna be sorry that you did this, because everything's on cooldown. I do die sometimes. Usually when I get confused as to which screen is doing what, I always play the same class pretty much in the same window. Paladins are always here, priests are always here, hunters are here, warlocks are here. I only have 2 warlocks that I really play. Warriors and Demon Hunter goes here when I play. Oh, there's some sparkly thing. Anyway, by playing everything in the same window, and I map my spells similarly, so if I have an interrupt, it's going to be on R. If I have a stun or a fear or something like that, it's going to be on C. The Warlock has 2 stuns. The one that the axe toss that the minion does, plus this, or that's a stun. This, I guess, a fear is not really a interrupt. Is that an interrupt? Does that interrupt spellcasting? I don't know. I think it does. I almost never use Shadow Fury. It seems like something I ought to use more. Looking for little sparkly things. And Qadosh is lost again. I don't get lost as much when I'm not talking so much. Or maybe I just don't notice it. Maybe I get lost just as much. But the 9.2 expansion is only a couple weeks old. First thing I did was grind out the flying on Qadosh, so it puts him a couple of renowns ahead of everyone else. And then we came over here and started doing collecting dailies. I guess everybody's left. Icy Veins is really liking Shadow Priests for this expansion. For raids, for single target DPS is supposed to be really, really good. But now, questing in the world, the opportunity to do single target DPS is not as common as other places. But you know, there are single target opportunities. I've had some conversations with other players, and they're like, "What should I play? Should I change? Should I remain and start maining on my?" I'm gonna go help that guy because those guys have so much DPS. Plus, they might be. Ron, we're here to help you, Ron.
Underestimated you.
I like how all these like semi-powerful people, they always have this lingering taunt after they die. So sometimes it gets especially in Torghast. Which, by the way, the last time I did Torghast, I did a 1 on I boxed all 4 of my Horde tunes and did a 1 that for some reason had to go do that. One of those collect anime things. I'm just gonna let's give him a minute. He'll be back. But I only had to do 5 levels, and I haven't been back. And I'm doing a creative here. Alright. A long unreconciled issue for Qadosh is that my go fast button and my power up button are G and H, and when I actually want to do power up, almost always I will hit the go fast button too. So we'll be like in the middle of a fight, and I'll randomly hit the Divine Steed button, and people like, I'm sure the people are wondering what the world is wrong with this guy. Is that a sparkly thing? Yes, it is. I could drop aggro. Maybe he'll stop following us. I don't know. Maybe he won't. I bet I can make him do this though. Oh, he left. He left just as I was. He left just as I feared him. How many of those have I got now? I need one more. Tart. I like looking at people's names. I write fiction. I have a fiction website, World of SILIAR, www.SILIAR.com. And sometimes I will see a name that I like so much that I'll make a variant of it, you know, copyright and all that. Because Blizzard owns a lot of things. And I think they actually say the names of their property. I don't know how that works out. All right, what are we supposed to do now? Sealed containers. We're going the wrong way. Sealed containers collected. We're gonna bounce down this. I was telling my brother-in-law, I do not dislike the Korthia map. Even though this is like on the far end of the map, it never really feels like, oh, I'm never gonna get done. I think those are up with the, I don't know. Maybe I don't know where those are. I generally do the Korthia dailies on the Alliance first because of, you know, being stronger. And that way I kind of get a sense of there's one. I kind of have a sense of where to go and how not to mess up and mistakes not to make. I'm a firm believer that the repertoire of errors, the repertoire of mistakes made, I may have never been in here before. Having a repertoire of mistakes that you have learned from is a phenomenally good way of learning. I had an intern one time when I was a school counselor, so I had a student intern, and I want to make sure they understood that I didn't think I was, you know, smarter than them, or I finished my degree, obviously, but I said, you know, the reason that I'm here. My story is because I've learned from a lot of mistakes that you haven't yet made, and maybe vicariously you can learn from my mistakes. And that's kind of how. So you don't have to learn. You don't have to make the same mistake. You can learn from it. You can learn from someone else's mistake. So I use an add-on called Helium to manage spells you can cast on friendly people. And this doesn't work, though. This is, I don't know, and Misdirection does work. I had another, I have the Spirit Beast that has the Spirit Men. I tried to put Spirit Men on there. I could not get that to work. I do have it set up. I do have Spirit Men set up so I can do the mouse over. Let's see, what is that? So I can do, let's pick Eliz, mouse over 5. I can cast Spirit Men on her. Spirit Men is, it auto casts, the pet casts it, which makes, makes it pretty handy in some fights. It's not a big heal, but it's enough. You know, if you have, where is everybody? If you have a couple hundred points of health left, you're not dead. If you don't have those 100 points, a couple hundred points, let's say that the Spirit Men gave you, then you are dead. That's just math. That's not even, you know, some of you are rolling your eyes right now. Why did he even say that? All right, we are almost done with the dailies. Does not have a target. All right, we're gonna put a fork in this one in just a second. As soon as we find one more container, I feel like there should be one up here. I see one. Oh, right there. And get these guys back and turn them in. We're gonna call this an episode. We gotta get back. Come on. Gotta go back and turn them in. I'll spare you that ride back. However, Blizzard, if you are listening, that flight whistle thing, that would be awesome. Because that was, you know, getting here was challenging. Not particularly interesting or hard, but challenging. Have to keep fearing things. And put the flight whistle back in so we can just like, okay, we can go turn our quests in and get on and do something else. Running back, and we had to do that all the way to get here. If that's supposed to be part of the fun of the game, which... But come on, fly whistle me back, especially back in these other zones at least. If you don't want to put a fly whistle in this zone, put a fly whistle in the rest of the zones. Just so we can, you know, get on with the game. Qadosh is going to have to come back and do those. I'll do those later. Brings us into the end of this episode of Let's Play WoW. The Team Qadosh dailies. We did the Korthia dailies on Team Qadosh. I've been away from making videos for a while. I've had a lot of things going on this summer. A lot of changes. A lot of things that I just had to do, obligatory things, and so. I'm trying to just, you know, play some and make some videos and see if you guys watch them. And so that's it. See you next time. But for now, we are done.